Watch me, watch me, I got it. Watch me, I got it.
Do right now is like I want a couple of you guys, or if everybody wants to go out, and the idea for footwork is to not necessarily think of the steps that you're gonna do. Like the way you come up with steps is not to think so much of like before you go out, you're not gonna go out and be like, oh, I'm gonna do 2-step, 3-step, 4-step. You know, like you kind of want to just go out, and you kind of just want to experiment with, you know, kicking out or sweeping your legs. You know, you don't always have to like do everything like the way that's standard. Like you guys gotta find ways to break it down. Different, come around, switch up your flow. And remember, when people break, we always break in circles. So that's the easy way. When you see people break and you see them all go in one direction, that's too one-dimensional. Like if you see everybody do their footwork and power moves and everything one way, that's basics. But if you can start breaking down like your footwork from here to here to here to here, so instead of always just doing this, once you start cutting it in half, making patterns with it like squares, triangles, all that stuff, it starts to look different. It doesn't have the same look to it. So say you're here, and say this is a circular motion, right? But then you want to switch it up. Boom. Cut the circle, come back, switch it. You start to like develop different steps. Okay, so don't think so much about just moving in circles, because that's what we already do. So try to think of breaking your patterns and your flow. All right. So.
All right, what's up? We are here with Roxrite, representing Squadron and all the other crews you've ever been with, which I cannot name anymore.
Renegades.
Oh, there's too many crews.
Not really.
It's two.
Fine, Roxrite. God. Anyways, your workshop, you expected that many people to be there in the first place?
Not really.
So how'd you feel about the space, like, and just trying to teach like most of the moves that involved crashing?
Yeah, no, it was hard. It was, I mean, it's hard because it's hard on them, not hard on me, because, you know, they give me the space to teach. But I mean, it was cool. I mean, they managed pretty good, like, with the space we had. Probably wasn't enough because we ended up being more than we expected. But I mean, they picked up, and I hope they went home learning some stuff that they never done.
All right. Now you were talking about in your workshops about how when you're teaching like actual like school programs and versus like just workshops, there's a lot of differences. Why don't you just, can you go over that real quick?
When you teach, I mean, you know, like to get a job at a school or I teach like at a place, I mean, we have like, you know, you have to have like a curriculum, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go to a place, it's not you can be like some amateur and be like, yeah, you know, you're not gonna understand music and then you're not gonna understand how to like teach them right, you know, like there's ways that we teach. I mean, when you go to a dance place, like, you know, you want to show that you have some kind of stuff that you can show them, like, okay, now follow me, we're gonna do 6 steps, or we're gonna do 3 steps. No, this is your baby freeze, you know. There's little things that you teach that'll, you know, look more professional. Whereas if you were to be like, nah, try this, you know, like the way we learn and like the way people like teach, like on you know, more like on a personal level, like on a street level, it's more like you kind of just go and you just observe and you kind of pick up. You know, it's not like we're like breaking shit down. Like, no, this is a 3-step. No, you do it like this. You know, when you take somebody and you teach them like on some hard b-boy stuff, it's a little different.
Ugh, my head hurts a lot. I have like red spots now. I'm seeing stars.
All right, now one of the moves that you did in class, which was called what was it? The screwdriver? Corkscrew, my fault. Corkscrew footwork that he did. So like you talked about how like, you know, track 2 left the tracks,
Yeah.
and Mr. Freeze left the head spin. So like what is like the corkscrew to you?
What is what?
What is the corkscrew to you? Like how does that like leave
That's
behind
just a
what
step.
you are?
It's just a step for me that people can relate to. Like when they see somebody do that step, they can say like, oh, that's Roxrite step. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like leaving your mark. I mean, you know, a lot of people have certain moves that you can like kind of remember them by, you know. And like to me, that's one of the steps that I do that kind of like when people see it, it's like, oh, that's Roxrite. You know, like it's people can relate to it.
All right. Also, like when you're teaching a lot of like people in class, there was that last one where you like somehow went up in the air with your head and you came back down smoothly. and you saw a lot of kids just smacking their heads on the ground. Like, you know, I don't really have a problem with you teaching stuff like that, but at the same time, you know, you gotta think about the safety of these kids, man. They're gonna die.
Well, the thing is, I'm teaching them like a lot of like really basic fundamentals, and this is what this shows you. Like when people think of foundation and fundamentals of b-boying, it's not about doing footwork or doing certain things. It's about actually having an understanding of how to control your body beyond the 6 steps and the baby freezes. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, in a way they were smacking their heads, and I feel bad, but it's like. You know, I mean, it's not like it hurt them in a way. They're like, yo, I'm learning something. You know, like they're gonna go home and be like, yo, I picked something new up, and it's gonna help me learn how to like move my body in different ways.
Now, last but not least, now we've always noticed that you practically never crash in any of your sets, you know? Now, you know this concussion is coming, you know? Now, in class, I saw you crash twice, you know? You're not gonna admit it, but Nasty Ray said he did, so I missed it completely, but you know, you crashed. So in the battle tomorrow, what would you do if you crash at least once, like for a split second? No, we're not talking about recovering or anything like that.
I've had those before.
Yeah, but if you crash, like,
you crash.
What do I get, you know, out of like your crash? Do I get like a free like meal somewhere? Do I get like a ride to Disney World or something?
Crash. You'll be like, no, I seen him crash. He crashes a lot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you said, if he crashes tomorrow, he's taking me to Disney World.
Because it's easier, you're already fully arched in position to do a check.
How does he not crash?
Well, see, in Southern California, there's a laboratory that's been engineering a lot of humans. He's really a floating head, but there's these projectors, micro projectors from the floor that creates an image of a body. So when he's doing these moves, physics and, you know, gravity doesn't apply to him. It's kind of weird because like when I picked him up from the airport, I tried to give him a hug, and I missed him and I hugged myself. So I couldn't even physically touch him. So that's why he doesn't crash, because he has no body to crash. Oh. Look, see? Look how he stands right now. See that body?
Oh my God, there's no shadow.
Yeah, there is no shadow. I can almost see through his legs. See his other,
Oh, that's Moresco.
Yeah, that is Moresco.
All right. Also, any shout outs?
Shout out to Straight Up B-Boys, the Renegade fam, you know, biggest and baddest, Squid and Namek, you know. Peace, man. Respect.
All right. Signing off, Strife.tv, KB.
Like that's how you come up with steps. Okay, that's what footwork's really about. It's about you leaving your mark in footwork, like, or leaving your name somehow in breaking. Just like track 2 had tracks, just like Kid Freeze invented continuous assessments, like all these people did something to be remembered by, you know? So the same thing can still happen now, and it's up to you, you know? Even if it's just with footwork, if you make up one step that's different than everybody else's stuff, that's your step that will live on forever, you know? And you guys can pass that down for generations. So, you know, don't limit yourself to doing what everybody else is doing.